Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Dan.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That box is huge.
It is huge.
It is.
Today, board game rundown. We are going to review Planet Apocalypse by Petersen Games. Plays 1 to 5 players because any co-op
That's right. You can play solo.
you can play solo. And this is a straight co-op. There's no hidden traitor or anything like that. Basically, the gates of hell are opening, and we are crazy guys that have seen this coming, and we're trying to fight it back.
Yep.
All of the characters are asymmetrical, have unique abilities. They've got
Very unique.
positive traits.
Yep.
They've got flaws.
Yep.
They've got abilities that you can unlock as you go. There's also gifts that you can use your courage that you earn, which is a currency.
Right. As you kill stuff, you get some courage and build your character up.
Unlock extra abilities in addition to your unique character abilities.
Yes.
Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you get expansions and stuff, I mean, the game comes with Baphomet, who is like the core game like boss,
Bad guy.
lord.
Yeah.
But there are so many expansions and extra things for this game. There are a
Yeah.
gajillion different lords and extra demons and stuff you can buy. So let's just jump right into it. Aesthetically, how do you guys feel about like art and components?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
It's awesome.
I mean,
Petersen Games, you're gonna have cool minis.
Yep.
You know?
yes, and a lot of them.
And a lot of them. Yeah.
Right. And this art, like the demon art
Yes,
and everything,
it's
and even the
very
character
cool.
art,
Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
Yep.
And it feels like, to me, this artwork is like people that have been doing sketches of like,
it's
of like
man,
researching.
I saw something the other night, and they have a dream,
Yeah.
and then they're like writing
They're-
it down, and it's like pencil work.
It feels
Yeah.
very thematic.
Yeah.
You know, and in the minis. Now I put a wash on some of these just to like really bring out like that's barely in there. To really kind of bring out the detail in these minis because
Yeah.
they deserve the attention.
Yep.
I have not done everything, but I did a
Of
few
course.
because I couldn't wait any longer.
Right.
But
All right. Yeah. Even just like a simple like primer or like a dry brush on there, like
That is
or a wash.
all I am
adds
capable
so
of
much,
doing.
Yeah,
And
adds
it
so
is-
much depth.
but it makes me look like a really good painter
You're like,
because
"Ooh, wow."
the minis look so nice anyways.
Right.
They're really hard to
Your
mess
skill
up.
level doesn't have to be way up here. To
No.
make it look that way.
Right. My skill level is like here, but
Yeah.
it looks like it's like here
Yeah.
because of the
Good
Quality
minis.
of the minis. Yeah.
quality of minis are really nice.
Mhm.
Really nice. The board. So a really awesome thing about the board is, yes, Dan has pointed out
Somewhat
in the past
modular.
that this is technically could just be a straight line. Could technically.
Just
Good
saying.
technically,
But
but
it-
it's really long then.
But it looks right. But it looks really cool like this. And plus, you can flip these over and make a circle, and that gives you a different map and
Different
you have
rules.
rules for a different scenario. So, and there are again in the expansions
New
more maps, and they don't all just
Look this
function
this.
like this. They
Right.
function in different ways, but they're almost all reversible
Okay.
and do different things.
Right.
It's really neat. It's really neat.
I really like these dice.
These
The
dice,
spawn
That's
mechanic
what I
is
was gonna
very
bring
cool.
up, yeah.
Like when you have a despair pool, so you start with 4 dice, and then as chaos ensues, you'll add more dice to it. But when you roll them, they've got different symbols, and then when you match the symbols up, it will spawn the appropriate minion
right? And they
Yeah.
always spawn a little larva, a little baby demon
with it.
with it.
Yep.
So you're always getting 2.
At least 2.
Yeah.
Yep. And what's kind of cool about that is that way you can kill these guys easy and get your courage, so you can build up and get stronger stuff to actually kill
To
the
kill
big
the
guy.
big guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're neat.
Yeah.
They're really neat. And,
That's a really cool mechanic. I dig that.
and so, oh gosh. So how to play? Essentially, it can be a little fiddly because there's a lot of things to keep track of.
Sure.
Once you kind of get into a rhythm, or maybe like what we did when we played, where it's like, Dan, you run this board for us, right?
Yep.
So we were always on point with this board. We
Yep.
always had somebody kind of
On the
eyeballing this
gifts,
board.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it's good to assign tasks because sometimes you have like one person who tries to like manage the whole game, and there's a lot to manage in this game. So pick a task, assign it to one of the players. That way, when somebody says, "Oh, the despair track or doom track," boom, you point to that player, says despair track, and that player knows what they're doing, and they work with that and handle that.
and
One guy's
once
spawning monsters, and
Yeah.
that kind of helps to keep everything going.
and once you get into it and
Yep.
you've got a rhythm going, it just
It
goes.
clicks along.
It just goes.
Mhm. Yep. It still takes a while to play. It's about 2 hours to play once you're really rolling.
And we also like because you benefit from grinding, right?
Yeah, because you're leveling up kind of with your abilities and stuff. So the more
I get such a similar feeling to Dark Souls when I play this game. It is so much of grinding and grinding and grinding. And then you're like, let's fight that boss. Never mind. Let's
retreat. Let's get out of there.
And so that's a mechanic that I really like in this game that I have not seen in other games. So you can go in and fight the boss.
Do some damage to it.
Yeah, and then get the snot knocked out of you and go, we're
like
sorry.
A ton of bricks, man.
Sure.
and then we go back, we recoup.
Heal up, get some more people.
2 turns later, we're back in there.
Yep, finishing the job.
It took us 3 or 4 tries.
I think it was 3 tries, yeah. But it was like, well, do we stay for this last one and try to do it? Like, yeah, it's getting late. Let's do it.
Let's just try it.
And we got it, so that's good.
But yeah, I mean, gosh. There's some really interesting and unique things that I have not seen in other games.
Right.
And
that's in this one.
Yeah, that's in this one.
And really good character building combinations that
because you can do it different ways.
Yeah, become really like I'm super strong or really just like funny. Like I'm just like twice now we've had a game where one of the characters just walks around purposely getting hit by every monster to gain courage because he's so courageous that everyone keeps punching him. It's so funny. I love it.
And then I had the card where Schadenfreude, where I was getting courage
every
for
time
other people getting hit.
Oh man, he got hit. I am so
I just made sure to hang out with the character. I think it was Jeff's character.
Yeah, I mean, he got hit, but I'm right here.
Yeah. That almost got me. Did you see how brave I was? I didn't even
see
flinch
that
when he got hit.
Did you see that? But then I healed him. So
that's right, I healed him. So
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and I like that you can, when you're in the city spot, you can recruit people, and then you can leave ambushes.
Yes.
So as the monsters move into that area, like they will ambush them ahead of time for you, and that helps build a pool
because
you can play from.
Because the monsters are constantly
marching down,
moving. They don't stop when they get to you. They just hit.
They'll hit you, then they keep moving.
Then they just walk along. Like, see you later.
Yeah, they're like eye on the prize. They're trying to invade.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I was probably obnoxiously like, guys, we can't let anything escape.
Yes,
but
that's okay.
But it worked.
It
worked.
Yeah.
It
I
paid
guess
off.
It's almost like a tower defense.
It is a little bit.
They're kind of marching in a line, and you're getting your defenses. I've never thought of it like that, I guess, until literally right now. But yeah, it kind of plays like a tower defense game.
A little bit.
But fun for me is like off the charts. Like I love a good difficult co-op.
Yep.
It gives. Again, like a co-op where you can come out of and have some funny stories and like good stories. Because how many? Remember, was it you that walked into the area and it's like, all you got to do is not roll a 1.
Yeah.
Two dice, and Bob goes right as he's about to roll. Bob goes, snake eyes. It was 2 1s.
And that wasn't even the only time you did that.
No, it was 3 times.
Yeah. So, you just got to roll not 1 1. Oh, there's 2 1s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jeff, who was playing with us, I think had some other times where it's like he had it all figured out. Where guys, we all just need to basically hit once, and I think only one of us
person
hit.
Yeah.
One, and it's like we gotta stop.
All right, retreat.
Back out.
Yeah.
But this game is so much fun. Replayability is also off the charts.
Yep.
You can mix up characters.
Yep.
We haven't even touched the expansions
I was
yet.
gonna say I played the same scenario with the same Lord twice, and it felt different and was fun.
Yeah,
so.
And you're gonna get different gifts that come out because there's a huge deck.
Yep.
There are duplicates in there, but
correct.
But there's a lot of variability, and you can build your skill trees.
I like how you can vary it because they'll have different starting slots, and then those starting slots will lead to different areas.
Yes.
And then depending on which way you go, you unlock certain things first.
I was worried initially that if you picked one starting spot, you couldn't do the other one.
Right.
Like it was an either or, but it's like, no, you can go back.
Yeah.
You just have to start from one of those.
And then go follow the arrows.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Lord Boss.
Sure thing.
Lord Boss Baphomet.
Yeah, he's big and crazy.
So, what kind of people would like this game? I would say co-op.
Co-op people, skirmish people, people who like Cthulhu.
Yeah, and
this
isn't even like a direct Cthulhu because there's not really there is an expansion
with him in it
with Cthulhu, but for the most part, this is like just straight up like crazy demons.
Okay.
I think because it's Petersen games, you go,
you assume
Cthulhu.
Well, because a lot of people who like Petersen games like Cthulhu stuff, and it's horror themed.
Guilty, yeah. Right. So horror theme. You want a good horror,
Lovecraftian,
like survival horror.
Sure.
There's no trader mechanics, so if you don't, this game does not get mean. I mean, the game is mean to you, but the other players are not.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about anybody stabbing you in the back.
Right.
Although they might take the gift you want, because once you're the captain, you get to make the decision on how the pool here gets spent, and you might be like, I really want that ability, and spend all of the currency, and everybody else is like, okay.
Yes.
But it's going to work out for everybody because normally it benefits the group.
I think so. I think so.
Sure. We also didn't really go over this earlier, but like great quality cards, great quality
Yeah.
tokens. I
Yep.
mean,
Yep.
just
I like that they have cards or the
They break down the
player aids.
phases.
Yeah.
The player aids are great.
Yeah,
So-
you reference that, and that's all you really need.
The rule book is huge, but let me just
A lot of
say-
it is like the different scenarios and
This-
things like that.
so from
The how to play is not that long.
So like this much of the book is like all the extra maps and expansions. Then there's a FAQ section, and then there's strategies for each character, like here, and how to fight the different monsters
Yep.
and lords. So, I mean, really, like,
it's half that thick,
right, and it's
and it's got a lot of art.
it's
too.
there's a lot of art, there's a lot of pictures, and again, they tell you everything
Yep.
that's in everything. So if you picked up the game and you're looking at the other maps and you're like, well, holy smokes, like I really want this map.
yeah.
You know, then you know.
And this is coming from a guy who hates bad rule books.
I do.
He does.
I do hate
So-
bad rule books, but between the well-made rule book,
and
which
the cards.
you might have to hunt.
reference a few times.
You might have to hunt for some things in here, but it's not so bad because these player aids
Yep.
really allow you to move the game along.
Yeah, because that's all I use, and I was pretty much like we were following the player phase. As soon as we got done and we went to the monsters phase, it's like despair track.
Yeah.
And
this
on the
track,
back of the
that
one,
track.
it even breaks down like
The
the
symbols and stuff.
statuses.
Yep.
Yeah, I had one specific character question that we had to look up during the game,
Yeah.
and I mean, we found it in the character section.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
It
Yep.
was
Yeah.
right. I don't think this game is that hard to teach or to
No,
learn.
yeah. If you know how to play, you could teach somebody relatively simple.
So at Gen Con 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to teach Cthulhu Wars.
Okay.
They had a game that didn't show up that was supposed to be filling. So they slid a dude over that was supposed to teach that to Cthulhu Wars because he knew Cthulhu Wars really well. And they're like, "Oh, Tim, will you teach Planet Apocalypse?" I'm like, "Why, I will, but I've never played it." They taught me to play it in like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, and then I spent the whole weekend teaching it.
Yeah.
And it was not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good teacher, which helped.
Right.
I did reference some of the rules, and stuff as we went. But I mean, I had a really good time teaching people to play this all weekend.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I think all the groups that I had encountered, like everybody picked it up pretty quick. Because this is a game where if somebody knows how to play, you can just kind of start.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is
Just
why
start
we're doing
going.
this.
Yep.
Like, this is how this works. Because on your turn, it's relatively simple, right? You can move 1 to 2 spaces. And you can attack.
Yep.
And that's it.
That's pretty much it, unless you have a hero action that says that you can use on your turn. But there's not a ton of those.
Right.
Stare into the abyss.
Stare into the abyss like Dan does.
So, and before that, even, I guess the only thing that can get a little hinky is the team phase. Making sure you do the team phase first stuff.
Yep.
So, team phase would let you recruit militia or
Yep.
army or police.
Mhm.
It's going to let you do first aid.
Yep.
So, you got to do all of that stuff. Everybody's got to do all of that stuff, buy your gifts,
Yep.
all that stuff before anybody starts moving.
taking actions.
Once
correct.
people start taking actions, you're really just kind of locked in the action phase.
Yep.
And then you get into the enemy phase where they attack and then move. That's simple, right? And then you advance these tracks
Yep.
as needed.
Yeah, it's super straightforward.
And you summon monsters if they walk into an area where you're
there's
going to be,
people. Yeah.
and then boom, you're
Yep.
in. So it's to me, it's very straightforward.
Right. And that's the thing about being co-op and everybody actually working together is when you are teaching it, you can just tell somebody, okay, look, there's really like 3 things you can do. You can move here, you can move all the way up here and attack those guys. It's like, which would you
Yeah.
like to do?
The
And then
the
make
one
them
thing
make
I
their
will say,
decision.
this isn't necessarily teaching as much as the gameplay thing. I wish there was a way, and we probably just missed it because we're stupid, but I wish there was an
Very
easier way
possible.
to track where we were when we went into hell. It came up twice in the times that I've been playing where
Oh, you mean like in
Oh,
turn order?
exactly
Because it
which
pauses,
phase, yeah, because
yeah.
so you're in the middle of a thing, you get dragged into hell to fight the boss, and that pauses the game completely, and then
Right.
when you retreat or when you kill the boss, it's done. So when you retreat, you have to remember, okay, whose turn was it and which phase were we in?
Sure.
And like there were a couple times where it was just like I don't
Wait, I moved in
remember.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wish there was an easier way to track that. And like I said, there might be that we just forgot. Like
right. Didn't notice. There maybe there's some like a token that we missed that
Yeah.
somebody has it.
It
and
might
it's their
be.
turn.
There might be something,
Yeah,
but
exactly. But that was just something that came
Yeah,
up in the
that's pretty- it's
gameplay.
pretty minor.
Just gotta make sure if you're about to go to hell, just the person who
Take a
is
mental note of
going,
where
be
you're
like,
at.
okay, it's me.
Well, and I think
just went.
we had even said, well, it worked out for us a few times where the person that did it
was purposely last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to clear everything else out
Correct.
of the way first.
Build up our courage and then
Right. And then
do
it's
all
like,
the damage
okay,
we could.
last
and then
person
run
in.
away.
Right. It was just the first time we were dragged into hell was not by choice.
Oh, right.
That's
yeah.
true. That is
well,
true.
we were doing so well. We were all the way in
up
this
here.
area, and then Baphomet moved into our area, and then we just got sucked into hell.
Right.
And then because of that, his special ability is he just hits
Swings
you
right away.
Right away. And we're like, 6d12, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
We all had like 5 or 6 health.
Right.
So it's like,
Overextended much?
who's gonna take that one?
Like we were sitting there, like our hero phase was ending, and Tim's like, "Oh, this is gonna be bad." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "This is gonna be bad," because he was eyeballing the lore track, and I didn't notice it, and then all of a sudden Dan went, and I was like, "Oh no!"
And I'm like, guys, I'm pretty sure we just got sucked into hell
Yeah.
with that thing. And
But no one died.
surprisingly, we were. I don't even.
It's a lucky roll.
We didn't even stick around to fight that round, did we?
Well, you get the one swing, right? Because he attacks. Oh no, yeah, we did run away right away.
Yeah, we were like,
we didn't want to
see
get
ya.
a second hit. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were lucky enough to survive the first one. Let's just
Yeah.
GTFO and go.
Yes, yes. But man,
So who is this game for?
who is this game
That's
for?
where this game gets a little weird for me.
Okay.
Right? So it's
Your
just
brothers.
well, no,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like so the theme is definitely not for everyone.
Yeah.
No, no. Yeah.
And then this game has a weird thing for me. You guys might feel totally different. Little negative I'm going to say here is this game is not complicated. Okay?
Mhm.
People who look at this game are going to think it's complicated.
Uh-huh.
And heavy gamers are going to buy this game expecting a complicated game,
Mhm.
and they might be disappointed with the fact that it is lighter. It
I
is a lighter
will-
co-op on
I
us.
There's a lot
will
of tracks.
say, I
Sure.
will say though that I think it is lighter because we are playing the base game
We
without
are.
anything
Yeah, we haven't
extra.
added
I
any
just
lot
mean though,
extra
even
stuff.
basic game mechanic stuff. Like I'm not saying hard versus light. I'm just saying the game's not incredibly complicated with all these tokens to keep track of, and it's not a war game,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And
Right,
I
but-
do feel like some people are going to look at it expecting.
I
that.
guess my counter attack to that would be, or counterpoint would be that I have played this solo, and I have made some very poor decisions with gifts early instead of like waiting. I was just trying to fill up my thing, and then by the end, I did not have a very synergistic character,
Sure.
and so I think that the strategy is there.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Not saying a lack of
Definitely.
strategy.
Definitely.
You're just saying like compared to like a war room or something.
What
like
I'm
that, where
even
there's a
saying,
lot
what I'm
going
even saying is,
on.
from my experience, like this game is not as complicated and heavy as Cthulhu Wars, right? From my
Sure.
experience, and I would say that people like Cthulhu Wars might look at this game and be like, "Oh, another one of these big," and then they play and they're like, "Oh, this is easy," you know, like comparatively.
Right.
And I just think that you're gonna have this disparity there to where heavier people might find it a little light. I still
Not
think
quite
it's
as
fine.
heavy as it looks.
Yeah, and
Sure.
lighter people are scared to try it.
Yeah,
You know
could
what I'm
be.
saying?
Could be.
So I think that's an issue. That's why we're here, though, to tell you
Don't be
how
afraid.
complicated it is.
Yeah, it's about a
Uh,
medium
and
crunch.
I would
Yeah.
say that this is very like right in the middle,
Sure.
very medium, because
Yeah.
there is stuff to keep track of.
Yes.
There is some strategy with
Yeah.
how you build your character
Oh,
and
yeah.
the way you approach going in after the villains.
Yep.
Because you don't want to Leroy Jenkins and then
Yeah,
be stuck
Not too much.
all the way down there.
We're all back
but
here,
no,
and our
just-
medic
I'm
is way
just-
up here
I'm
by.
just-
I
nurse
believe
doing
Jeff
my
got
job.
wailed on a few times as
He
well.
did, but he wanted to.
Yeah, he did. He was the John Dark
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
But availability, I don't know if you could find this on store shelves yet because
Yeah.
the Kickstarter just started filling this year.
Yep.
I know for a fact, right, that there is the Return to Planet Apocalypse
Right,
Kickstarter
on
going on right
Kickstarter
now.
now.
You can get all of this stuff and the new stuff. The
Yep.
new stuff looks insane.
Yeah.
course it does.
Yep. If you got the old stuff, you can get just the new stuff. If you don't have any of it, you can get all of it.
And you can also
Yeah.
find it at the Petersen Games website.
Of course, link in the
Yep.
description.
And they will have, they've also got a bunch of the extras on there.
Yep.
Also, we have I love snapping and doing that. An unboxing of all
We
the
do
pieces and
have
stuff,
an
and this will be
unboxing
in it.
of, yes, this is the last segment
Yeah.
of it. And you will see all the extra stuff.
Mhm.
And it's wild.
Yeah.
It is wild. But yes, so Planet Apocalypse, Return to Planet Apocalypse is on Kickstarter
On
now.
Kickstarter, Yep.
It's already way funded in like 15
It's like
minutes.
his
Of
hell
course.
doesn't give up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But so final thoughts, average score out of 10 for you guys.
You go first.
You want me to go
I don't
first?
think you've gone first yet.
Maybe not. Maybe not. For me, this is like a very easy 9.
I assumed so.
This
Yeah.
is a very easy 9, almost a 10.
Yeah,
I-
I thought so. Man.
I love playing this game.
Mhm.
Like if when I get a chance again, I want to play it. My only concern, like I want to play the new maps. I want to play the other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like if I'm in a position where I teach new people,
Right.
it's like, do we just jump into that, or
Right.
do we just do this one?
Because when you're trying to teach new people and make sure they're aware of everything,
This
you
does
might
feel
miss
like a
something
really
new.
good fallback
Because
for newer people.
Right, but I think what I might do is increase the difficulty if I feel like the group could play well together.
Because
Us, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to toot our own horn. We're good at co-ops together.
we did
like,
pretty good
We
last
are a
night.
good team. We did really well. We had a few like close calls, but it was never like
2 yards. It was like one guy almost died. No
Right.
big deal.
Whatever.
like twice.
Yeah.
But I would jack up the difficulty for us.
I would
on
suggest starting with some more dice.
Yes.
I think that's really going to ramp up that early game and make
Yeah.
it more tense, and
Yeah.
I think that's going to make a big difference.
And
all
I
of you
like that
guys.
you have that option, right? You
Yeah.
can walk it back a little bit if you're struggling and still
Yep.
trying to figure it out, and you can really.
Add more dice, more monsters.
So
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think the only thing that for me that would be bad is it could be cost prohibitive because it's an expensive game.
Sure,
because you
which
get
is
a lot of
another who
stuff.
is this for part. Yeah.
But
it
if
is,
you are into the minis, if you love great dice and interesting mechanics, I mean, this is a no-brainer.
Yep.
I would,
Yep.
like, I know, I fully admit I love Petersen game stuff. Some more than others, but man, like Cthulhu Wars is one of my all-time favorite games.
Yep.
Planet Apocalypse is a very awesome,
Yeah.
like super fun co-op.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
really
agree.
great because it's like, oh, hey guys, you want to play this, and it's not like, I don't know. Like everybody's like, yep, like
Yeah,
let's
I'll
do
play
it.
that.
So
I'd play that again.
yeah, Planet Apocalypse
I'd play
is
that for $1.
Yeah.
I would is a very easy 9, very
Okay.
easy 9 for
All right.
me. Who's
Uh,
next?
I'd give it like an 8.5. That's,
Yeah.
that's pretty good for me. Like
Yeah.
I like co-ops. Like I said, I do like a little bit more crunch, but this is a fun. Like if I'm gonna pick I like Cthulhu Wars,
Right.
But this is a cool co-op version,
Sure.
basically.
I was really bouncy on this. I think there's a lot of pros and cons, and you got to pick which ones are more important to you, right? And so I'm in between that 7.5, 8. I think the fact that I'm so excited to play the other maps and the other lords,
Sure.
I think right now today I'm gonna give this game an 8. I liked it a lot. I even think I might be misremembering. But I think when we did our unboxing, I spoke very highly of this game in the unboxing. So, click on the little thing. But
Let you know.
yeah. So, gotcha. Thanks, Jeff. So I think I'm going to give it an 8 today, and I cannot wait to play the other things and see if that enhances my experience or kind of leaves me the same area.
I kind of want to play this with your brother too.
Oh,
and
he
see.
would love it. Yeah.
And I would say though, with him, we just jump in the deep end.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you got to finish painting your minis on it. You got half painted.
But yeah, that won't take long.
Jeez.
With my masterful technique of just
That's right.
just
of primer. Yeah.
done. Done.
Oh boy.
There you go.
That's why I don't have nice things.
That's right. That's why we can't have nice things, Tim.
But no, they look. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they're super cool.
They look
He's got
awesome.
us like a skull and
The-
a spine.
There's so
and
many
stuff.
details on these minis.
But that means the board game rundown gives Planet Apocalypse an 8.5.
8.5.
8.5. Who says
8.5?
8.5?
I
What's
did.
wrong with
He
this
did.
guy? Oh,
He did
sorry.
say
I
it.
wasn't looking. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this is a very, very, very solid outing
Yep.
and an awesome co-op.
Yep.
I look forward to playing
If you
this
get it
more.
to the table, you'll probably get it to the table at least a second, third time.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's one of those games that once you've played it, you're gonna want to play it.
And I will
again.
say again to the price thing, if you invest money in a game like this, you're gonna get it played.
Yep.
You play it. I mean, you play it 4 or 5 times. You play it with the other stuff. You've
Mhm.
already got your money's worth.
Yep.
I mean, you really do.
Yep.
You're
Even if
gonna
you have to play it by yourself, play 2 or 3 characters and manage it all. You
Yes.
set up and play through
Yes,
it.
I
and-
played solo
Mhm.
and lost, but I mismanaged my gifts.
Yep.
But yeah, man. Oh, I really like this game.
Mhm.
I really like this game. So
We know.
Cool. Yeah.
yeah, I'll stop. For the board game rundown, I've been Tim,
I've been Bob.
I've been Dan.
and stop the apocalypse. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.